Good afternoon, class. Welcome back to my lecture for Cisco Packet Tracer. Yes, class, I'm audible. Please let me know I'm audible to you.
Yes, sir.
Okay. If you have any doubt or you want to discuss something, you can tell me right now. Or you want to repeat some topic, previous topic. Okay, so what I want is just log in with your credentials and move to the course where you will find the chapter 1, right? In chapter 1, they have the introduction part, right? I want each one of you to kindly check all that videos which they have provided, right? And along with that, what I'm explaining, kindly understand that also. It will help you out for clearing the exam, right? So that is your homework. You have to do it at your home site, right? I am not going to show you that videos and all because it will consume lot of time, and that is a kind of thing that you can do at your end, right? You don't need any kind of assistant for that. Simply you move to chapter wise. So if you click on chapter 1, then you can see over there it will ask you to uh, check a video, right? So when you will click on that video, it will going to explain you the basics of packet tracer that we have already discussed in our first lab. So I'm not going to do that, but for your revision or that some kind of stuff that you want to understand again, then you can ask me also, or you can also refer the videos which is there in the labs, right? So what you need to do is you have to log in with the credentials and look in chapter wise, right? So I will cover the implementation part also, and will tell you about this particular lab, right? Over here, we are talking about the workspace. We have already talked about the different types of devices which is available to us, right? So this is a workplace. This entire white sheet you can see over here. This is a workspace where we will deploy our network, right? So here you can deploy our network, and over here you will find the status, right? The status of a message, status of message, that it will talk about that whether that packet delivery is successful or not, right? So over here you will find different messages one by one, right? And if it get buffer is full, then you can simply delete it over here, right? So you just click delete, then all the scenarios that is there you will get deleted from this buffer, right, over here, right? And on the other side, on the right hand side, you can see we have these two options. One is real time and one is simulation, right? Simulation will talk about how message will going to reach to the destination step by step, right? So it will give you that idea. It will give you that kind of animation, right? You can say in this manner. So there will be animation of a packet PDU, right? So what we have to do for that, we have to pick it from there, right? Over here, we have to pick it from this side. This is our PDU, right over here. So we have to set one thing. We have to set the source. We have to set the source and destination. right? So once you have done that part, then you have to click over here. You can see, and on the right hand side you will find one panel. This is known as panel. This is a panel which is known as simulation panel. Means it is going to give you the real execution of packets. What it means? It means that how packet is going from every layer, right? From application layer to bottom, that is the physical layer, right? So we have that layer structure, and then it will reach to the device where it will reach up to, depending upon the device, type of device for which layer that is working. If there is a hub, then it was going to work for the physical layer only. If there is a switch, then it will going to work for data link layer, and if there is a router, then it will reach up to network layer, right? So suppose if it is a router, then it will go to up to network layer. Then again, because we don't need to open the entire PDU for router. Router only require the IP address, and for that it will open the packet till network layer only. It will not open the packet till application layer, because that is needed for the end devices, not for the intermediate devices. Intermediate devices will work according to the working principle that is based on the type of device it is. I suppose I have told you, if a physical if it is a hub, then it will work up to physical layer. Then if it is a switch, then it will work to, right? Because they having different operation, right? Over here you can see that hub does not require any kind of MAC address or IP address. Hub only communicate by broadcasting the packet, so it only required the physical links, right? Which will basically transmit the signals, zeros and digital form, that signals will be transmitted in that ports, right? So what it will do, it will broadcast it, and other than that, from where it has arrived, right? Except the port from where it has arrived, and it will transmit to all the ports where which is active. Please remember this thing, right? Which is active means which is connected. So if we talk about switch, so switch work on the principle of MAC, and which is again a kind of table which is linked with IP address and MAC address. So till LAN we required only these two addresses, right? But what about if it is a network of different class or group, or you can say if devices are connected in different network, then these two devices could not able to work. So for that, what we need a router. So router work on the next layer, that is the network layer, right? So that's why I'm saying over here, if this is a router, so it will open the packet up to which layer? It will open the packet to physical layer, then data link layer, and then the network layer. Above that layer, no, there is no need to expose it, right? So that's why there will be a, since, because router will check out the IP address, and once the IP address is known, then router will decide on that with that, router will decide that, okay, in which direction I have to forward the packet, right? So that was the case. And again, there is a router, then it will again go to the network layer, up to network layer, then not beyond to that. And then it will reach to some kind of LAN, right? Now, suppose this is our LAN over here, right? So in this LAN, again, I'm telling you that we have to connect it with some of the devices like hub and switch. So depending upon that, then these devices are going to work, right? So this was the thing. This is your panel. I'm just explaining the components. If you could able to remember, then it's okay. Otherwise, you can recheck my video. I will share the link with you. And if you want it, you can also text me. Right? If you want the previous video, you can text me. So over here, you will find that one by one, the message will reach to some place, and that's why it is written large device and at which device it is currently. So it will move from the large device and reach to some device, and that time will be there, and which type of packet it is, and you can control the speed by dragging this particular you can see bar over here. We having a bar, so it will basically control the speed of the packet PDU, right? And with this button in the middle, you can see it will help you out to pause the animation which we are running at that time for that network, right? And fast forward and reverse is also there, so you can do that part, right? And over here you can see the list of protocol which is supported for the protocols, right? So it has support for DSCP that we have studied in the morning, FTP, ICMP, Internet Control Message Protocol, Internet Group Message Protocol, HTTP, HTTPS, right? All these IoT devices, TCP, right? You can find it out. Open Shortest Path First, OSPF, that is there. Then Open Shortest Path version 6, right? For IP version 6, for that we are using. Then we having TCP, that is your TFTP, then Telnet, UDP, user datagram protocol, and many more. So all in all, what I want to tell you is that maximum all the protocols are covered over here, right? And even you can have an option where you can filter it, right? If you don't want to get the support for all the protocols, what you can do, you can go to the filter. So now it is more precisely segregated for IP version 4 and IP version 6, right? So for IP version 4, which are the protocol which we are using? REST, that is, you can see RIP, that is routing information protocol, right? It is there. Open shortest path protocol, that is there, right? Internet control message protocol, it is there. DNS protocol for solving the name and IP to name. So there will be this protocol is used for that particular. Address resolution protocol, ARP is there. Border gateway protocol, BGP is there. Then dynamic host configuration protocol, that is also there, right? Similarly, we have for IPv6, we have protocols, right? And with extension, since IPv6 is the extension version of that is a the purpose is same, IPv6, and why it was designed, because to overcome to fulfill the requirement of the current need, right? As we can see that more devices are coming or connecting together in a network. What is needed? We need more IPs, but with IPv4 we are now uh, we are now depleting that IP addresses are depleted and exhausted. So what we need more addresses. And how we can do that? We can either go with the next protocol scheme that is available to us, which is IPv6. And that's why it is said Internet Protocol version 6. These are the protocol which support with IPv6. You can see in most of the cases only V6 has been added. Rest of the thing is same, right? As we can see in IPv4, right? DSCP is there. Just we have added V6. So that's why in version 6 it is there, right? Like this manner, we have all this protocol. You can filter them out if you don't want to look. We just unclick over here and then apply. You can see that that packet will now not will be uh, displayed when you want animation of that uh, particular network, right? Between one device to another device. So these are the panels. On the right hand side, you can see this is a panel, right? And you can come back at any time just by clicking on the real time. So in real time, it will not going to just what else we will find the difference between these two type is that real time give you the response in immediately, right? Response means it will immediately tell you about that, okay, the packet has been delivered. So the response of a delivery of packet, that successful delivery last status over here will become immediately when you will when you will simply select and drop the PDU from here, right? You can see from here, right? This one, this is your PDU, right? This is the unit. packet data unit, right? And what you will find that when we want the detailing, then we can go with the simulation. So simulation part will take more time as compared to real time, right? And so that's why the name is like this way, real time and simulation time, right? I hope the things are clear. And if you still have doubt, you can ask, right? And this lab is basically to clear your doubts, right? And I suppose that you have gone through with chapter 1 in your previous week, right? Now moving further, what we have is we have more options, right? Now you can see we have options like this way. On the top, we have option to save the file. Now the important question that may come to you, that what is the file extension, right? So whenever we save a file, it will have an extension that is .pkt, packet, short form, right? So please remember, in your test exam, this question may ask to you that what is the extension. So there is a you can see over here it is written .pkt, right? So this is the extension whenever we store or save the file after creating a network, right? So you can see, you can check it by yourself. How you will do that? Simply go to the file. I'm doing it again. Please check it out. I'm talking about this particular field over here, right? Which is which will open a drop down menu. This is your drop down menu, right? And this menu is basically talking about new things. If you want to draw a new network, then Control N is also a shortcut. And if you want to open the existing one, then Control O is an option, right? Open some sample, right? Check it out. Let's check it out. Control Shift and T, right? If is there any sample available to us, let's check it out. Is there or not? DSCP, yes. So we have DSCP sample over here, one of that server. This is an example, right? Let's check it out, this example. And how I have done this thing, I am telling you again. File, this is an option, that is Control Shift and T. This is shortcut. Otherwise, you can use this third option, and it will ask you, okay, you want to open it. So in which folder it is. So you can see over here we have this, right? So this is one network. There is one server right over here, which is connected. And if you want to know the detail, right, of this server, what it is, by looking at it, you cannot able to understand that what this server is for, right? What is a function, or what is the IP of this server, how what is the name and how it is defined. What you have to do, you have to simply move your cursor and then leave it over there, right? So when you will do that, you will see, right, it will going to pop up with this display, right? So you can see what is there. The IP address is set, but since it is IP version 6, right? So you can see over here what is written 2001 in under that category. You can see IP version 6 addressing, right? You can see that how we are giving that hexadecimal code. I will explain you that part also, but this is how it is. And you will understand that over here also we need to do that. So let's check it out whether they are able to communicate, right? They cannot able to communicate, right? So this was the first attempt, and I will try it again, right? So whether they are going to communicate, they are not able to communicate, right? So that is the problem. We will come to know what is the problem. Soon we will come to know. Just have patience and stay with me. So you can see the status over here. This is what I'm telling you. And how you can delete the status? By clicking on delete button, right? So we know that in this particular approach, there we having a client server model that I have taught you in the morning also, right? Which make use of RPC, remote procedure call, and all stuff was there. So what we need to define the IP address for both this machine, right? Full both this machine can only communicate if they have a well-defined IP address. Try to understand this part. And how do I come to know that this machine does not have IP address? Because when I move my cursor over here, and then we can see this pop-up window which says that IPv6 address is not set. You can see, whereas IPv4 address is also not set, but the link is up. Link, you can see over the port, first option is coming, which is port, which talk about link, which talks about IP address and IPv6 address and MAC address. Right, that is fast Ethernet. Now this you can see over here that I'm just doing it again. You can see over here what is written, not set and not set. IP address for fast Ethernet 0, link is up, so that's why the bubble is coming green, right? But IP address is not set. So what we have to do is we have to set the IP, and which IP we have to set? That is this one, right? So since what we have to do is, this is a DHCP server, right? And as we know that this is a DHCP server, so what we have to do is we have to define the DHCP over here, right? And what is the role of DHCP server is to allocate the address. See, I have not given any address, but this is the role of DHCP server when that system get boot up, as I told you earlier in the morning, that as that system get boot up, automatically now you can see IPv6 addressing 2001 FFF7 C521. This is an address. You can see the arrow, right? This arrow is talking about the address which is allocated automatically by the server to this machine, PC2. Now let's check it out whether we could able to send the packet or not, right? So there might be some again an issue. Let me know. Do it once again. Still there is some more errors are there. We have to remove it. Since this is a examples, so I don't know whether this example is correctly defined over here or not, and there is a problem with that. This is not required, so we have to set IPv6 request successfully, and over here we have to check once again with the server. We will learn this thing when this particular chapter will come, but I'm just giving I'm just trying to, yes. So where is DHCP? So these are the type of servers, HTTP, that DHCP. So we are talking about DHCP. So you can see the service is off. That's why it is not working. We have to switch it on, right? Add it. Already is there. Let me delete it first. But the service was off, right? That could be the problem. Right. Let's check it out if it is going to work or not. So it is off, and then we are trying to switch it on, right? Then we have to save the settings. Right. All the servers are there. You can see DHCP 6, 7 and all. Since we are talking about DHCP 6, right? Let's check it out. This is DHCP 4. Yes. So you can see over the prefix was given 64, yes, and yes, it was given over here. And domain name is cisco.com. So DHCP is working. Right. Let's check it out. So let's go to the web browser and check whether it is working or not. Cisco.com. Just hold on. Check it out. Dhcp V6. Let's do testing. Let's check it out. Is it working or not? So host name unresolved. So this server basically it was designed, but this is not working, right? The example which they have given to us, they are not working. This feature is also there, but it is not working. Like we have to do it from the scratch. Other examples are also there. Let's check it out. I will not want because this thing is not working, so I don't want to save it. And why I just want to show this thing, because I just want to save it with some name, right? So with that, you can see that which type of extension this basically support, right? So you can see over here, it is supporting .pkt. So the sample example which they have provided us is not working actually. So what we will be going to do is we will do it by our own, and from the scratch we will do one by one. Then there will be no problem of this not delivery of data. Okay, so I'm just removing this part. Fourth option is open activity sequence, right? So when you click over here, this will allow you to open that activities like saved files that you have done already. These are the further options you will find under this file drop down menu, which talk about save. So for shortcut for that is Control S, right? Save as. Save as means when you want to save the file with some other name, then we can do that thing, and we can make use of Control Shift S. Yes, save as a packet, that you can also do, right? Over the next over here, print, you can print, you can exit from here, you can exit, right? The next option is the next tab is talking about some of the features, that is copy, paste, undo, redo. Shortcut are also given. Control C is to copy, Control V is for paste. We having an option undo, that is Control Z, and redo Control Shift and Z, right? It is there. So I will come to the next part, that is we having some of the options, right? In for the interface, right? Disable auto cabling, so we can do that, so that the user could able to do it manually, right? Until unless you understand your concepts are not clear, I suggest you to kindly do it manually, right? Otherwise you can do that also, not an issue. So these are some administrative tabs where you can set the user ID password. You can set the password for that. If you want to hide something like attributes, like tabs, all these things are there. The desktop tab, service tab, router tab. If you want to hide, you can do that. So you can see it will basically help you to resize, right? The size of the icon. Malicious is also there. Miscellaneous is there, right? Miscellaneous talk about that there will be auto file backup in 5 minutes, 10 minutes. So accidentally, sometime it may happen that things get disappeared because of power failure or because of some wrong button pressed. What happened that what we can do is we can set it to auto backup, right? Like of thing, we can do that also. Then there is these are the other interfaces where you can download it from this academy, right? Especially if you want, right? If you want to download some app, then you can go with this, and you will you can have this option, right? And you can have this from the network, right? These are some examples, right? Script modules which is given by them. and let's do the images and nothing else. Then we have view option also there. So we want to zoom in, zoom out, and reset. Toolbar is there. Right, simulation mode is also present over here, right on the right hand side. And in the tab also you can see. Shortcut for that is Shift plus S. Right, for real time mode we have Shift plus R. Similarly, for logical view, we can go with Shift plus L. Physical view, we can go with Shift plus P. For show the viewport, we can go with Shift plus V. Right. So you can see when I pressed the view, I have pressed Shift plus V, and you can see this. This is a viewport. Right. So all other things are moved out, and now it is easy for you to take the printout for your file. When you will have a file in the later stage, I will ask you to draw your own network and take the print out. Then in that manner, it will be very helpful for you. That is Control and V, right? Again, I will show you Shift and V. Right, Shift and V. So you have to write for this view Shift plus V. Okay. Please remember this thing, because when you are trying to have a file for this particular certification, uh, you will have the images, right? In that manner, you can have a proper view of this port view, we call it. So viewport is there, then show workplace list, that Shift plus W is there. Shortcut are always there, right? So you can see in routers, uh, for each router, right, we have used over here, we have router 0. So that's why router 0 is there. Let's talk about this thing, and then I will cover up the next phase. This thing. Yes. So you will find that this is router 0, right? And the router 0 has these two values over here, you can see, right? Which is talking about router 0, which is talking about model number, first of all, like 2901. It is also mentioned over there, right? Below the router, you can see it is mentioned. So this is in any router which I am dragging and dropping in the workplace, you will find that it will always come up with the model number. This model number is 4331, right? So this is the router. You have to remember that 432 you are using, or 2909, 2901 you are using this one, right? Or 2911 is using, right? Every router have different interfaces, right? Different module attached with it, and depending upon the requirement, we did that, right? And we standardized them and we named them. So the network administrator knows that, okay, this router will work like this way, and for this number of devices, or for this network it could be easily, right? So this is the handling speed, or handling number of packets for this router. It varies the memory it is supported, or whether that router is updated or not with the latest one. Some routers are outdated. In that manner, I'm talking, this is how they are evolved, right? And some are having customized way of, you can see, right? Some are having Wi-Fi associated with it. Wi-Fi service is also associated with it. So even laptop could able to connect with this router directly. So all this functionality is there, right? And it varies, right? So you have to remember in this manner. So one by one, you can see, you can drop, drag and drop. So suppose I am taking, you can see the counter is increasing automatically as soon as I'm drag and drop this number of routers, right? You can see the counter is reached to 9. Similarly, I can delete from this option, third option over here. So the which router I want to delete, simply I will go and click over here like this way, right? So this is how we can uh, work on, or we can bring router for creating a network, right? So when it will be there, I will explain you when we are creating a network, right? Now we'll look after that next option that is available that we are talking about. So the next option that we have is tools. So it is talking about control D. So this is something like that you want to distinguish something like this way, right? Or like this way you want to have some drawings along with your network, right? You can separate them out like this way, and you can fill with some color, right? If color is not there, you can also fill them. Select a color over here, right? It is very easy. Just you have to try it, right? In this manner, I can distinguish different networks to you, right? Or you can also do it for understanding, right? Like this way, we can make use of this, right? Dialogues, and this is the first option in this particular, that is tools drawing pattern. Uh, and then we have customized device, right? So you can create your own. You want to create a router, right? Then you can give the description. You can talk about the template, like for what it will be going to do, or which type of anything that you want to connect, that you can do over here. You want to install a speaker, customize. You want to add a LED, right? That you can do an update in this manner, right? So that is there. Then we have another cluster associated dialogues, right? So we have PCs, right? Like this way. So these are how intercity they are connected. Physical location it is talking about, right? Physically, whereas logically it is talking about PC1 and PC2. They are connected with all the servers through routers and all, right? So wiring, you can see the wiring close site is with the routers. Main wiring close site is there. Then there is a corporate office. There is a home. All this type of talking about these things. Right? We will not make use of this thing, but yes, it is there. Then you can see we have the extension. We can have multi-user. We can have this IPC.